The Trex Arms Speed Belt. Built for speed. As the name says. It is actually a pretty fast belt. If you're fast. The belt won't make you fast. You have to work for it. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be looking at this fine piece of equipment. This is the Trex Arms Speed Belt. Probably said that enough times by now. I actually got this today. My roommates found this outside in a very hidden place because USPS is terrible with, delivering stuff in, obvious places if you don't have a mailbox, which we don't. But, that's beside the point. Very first thing that I did when they put that thing onto my bed is I Super Saiyan punched that box wide open and I went to work building this belt out. The main purpose of this video, when we're talking about the Go Fast belt, is looking at some previous kit that I've used, if I can locate it. I'm supposed to have it nearby, but apparently I don't. So I'm gonna have to, make my arrangements when I have the moment and find that. But what we are doing is not really reviewing this, because again, I don't review stuff. By the way, we're rocking M81 today. Check that out. No pink pajamas, but we'll get there. I don't review stuff like typical YouTubers do. I like to give application to something, or, I just like to ramble about things that I find fascinating. And there's a couple of things I find very fascinating about this belt. So, before we do, I gotta take a sip. Oh, that was the sip of my life. Now, you are probably aware by now that I'm a very large fan of Trex. This is not the only piece of kit that I own by them, as a matter of fact. As you've probably seen in previous videos, I've got their Ready Rig, which I talk about a lot, probably more than I should. Their sidecar, which I absolutely love, talk about more than I should. And I have their shingle, which can't carry pistol max to save its life. But you know what? You can make it work by adding some bungee. I talk about that a lot. But I like a lot of T-Rex's stuff. They solve a lot of the issues that a lot of us probably run into. And they solved multiple issues that I was having with belts by releasing this. This belt is still pretty new to the market. So that's kind of cool. I got some new stuff. Some newer stuff, I guess. I'm not used to getting new equipment, but it's nice when we do. But, to break this belt down, it is a two-piece shooter's belt. This is all hook material. I actually didn't get their inner belt. I bought this first because I already have my sights set on something else. I plan on getting the high speed gear. HSG? Yeah. Whoever makes the tacos. HSG, I think. Plan on throwing their padded inner belt right here, which has like a sticky neoprene material, and it helps keep this on your belt line. Yeah, totally. Belt line. So that it's not like shifting up and down and, trying to do tactical Pilates, which none of us like. Instead of a Cobra buckle, they use a Raptor buckle, which does, as a matter of fact, fit through the loops, holes, I guess, the slots in my UBL. I actually kind of had to finagle it a little bit. I wasn't too sure where they got the idea that it fit through, but I made it fit, so don't worry about it. So yes, Raptor buckle, made in America, fuck yeah. It's a little bit smaller, a little bit more low profile, which I like. I was, obviously, as you could probably tell from my horrible B-roll, which I hope you've enjoyed. I'm pretty terrible at collecting B-roll because I'm a homebody, but I dry fired the shit out of this before actually filming this video, just so I can give you guys, you know, an idea. And, you know, I knew what I was talking about, what I was getting myself into. But because I don't have my inner belt yet, I kind of did just throw this over my pants, and it actually did pretty good. I would not recommend doing this. Please don't do what I do. This is the research, okay? The research that we do here at Valkyrie Research. So, but yeah. Didn't move on my pants, which was nice. And, moving on, yeah. This does not have MOLLE slots, as you can tell. This is like a flat face belt. Just a typical shooter's belt. The way Trex explains it is the MOLLE on a lot of conventional shooter's belts, like the Ronin, the AWS, the, you know, whatever, you know, high-speed operator belt you can think of that has the, you know, the MOLLE that none of us ever use, or, you know, when we do, we find that it doesn't hold gear to the body like it should, because it's on that exterior surface, and it's not, these belts aren't wide enough to work with MOLLE the way it's supposed to. When you insert MOLLE into those things, they will eventually kind of, you know, they'll start to a little bit, and they're not nearly as secure. So with this belt, they opted out of that MOLLE, and they did like reverse MOLLE. I'm going to call it reverse MOLLE, reverse sticky MOLLE. They added these cells, these slots. They're at the interior of this belt. You know, all this Velcro, it's sewn into channels, which allows you, because I have something MOLLE on here, to run that MOLLE through here without impeding on like a smooth inside belt from adhering to, you know, an inner belt, and you're not, you know, sticking stuff to the outside and it's not sagging. So I thought this was super cool. My little Chinesium med one right here, I actually have on these old Alice clips, which I love. I love Alice clips. You can literally go to the surplus store, like, you know, a couple miles down the road, and I can pick these up for like 95 cents a piece. And these go a long way. You know, I think Malice clips are awesome. It's just, these are quite honestly a Malice clip, just, you know, a bit older. You know, design's a little bit different. They work a little bit different, but at the end of the day, they're pretty much Malice clips. If you know how Alice clips work, you know, you might understand what I mean, but that's just kind of how I see it. But I've got my two Alice clips in this MOLLE backer for my Med 1, and those are just slotted right there. And that shit will not move unless I want it to, and in that case, they're still not going to move because this is just a rip away, which I highly recommend. Just, you know, stick in an IFAK to a piece of kit without the ability to, you know, rip this off. You know, open it and, you know, get into it and use it instead of having to, like, work off of their body when, like, they've got bullet holes in them. Yeah. Anyways, that was a rant. Something I want to note that I thought was cool in the thought process of this belt was the fact that because they went the route of, you know, no MOLLE, so this is just a Cordura sleeve completely. It retains the Cordura, you know, material. It retains all of its IR and anti-abrasion qualities, which is awesome. But if you think about it, how much of that's being exposed? Like I've mentioned in the past, I've got tiny little hips. I've got this little tiny 29-inch waist. So when I talk about not having a lot of room on my ass to put stuff, I don't have a lot of room on my ass to put stuff. Like, this rides strong side, you know, obviously. And I've got that much space right there until my med one. And then I've got that much space until my dump pouch. And then that much space, you get the point. I don't have a lot of real estate because I am tiny. But a belt, for me, will supplement, or it acts as a standalone from body armor. Which means a lot of the stuff that I have on here generally already exists on my plate carrier. Obviously, you know, I've got more rifle magazines and I've got no pistol magazines on there. But at the end of the day, I have rifle, I have handgun, I have a handgun, you know, a firearm of some kind, and I've got a cutting tool, a perforation tool of some sort, and then medical with a TQ and a second TQ. I don't know who I saw doing this. I might have been Neil Spike Mojo or something like that. I thought that was kind of cool. I just have it on there under Adrian Bands, and it's been on there for a while. I might have to replace it here soon, but that's okay. I've gotten some mileage out of it. But anyways, the IR capabilities on this, you know, like, it's cool. But practically speaking, I don't know how far that's gonna go, because like I said, there's so little space of it being, or you know, so little of it being exposed in the first place. I mean, a little goes a long way, as in a little bit of this being, you know, awesome, if you know what I mean, under IR, if you know what I mean. You know, what's that really doing for you? I don't know. Also note that my holster, which I do get into in just a little bit, you'll see, it is wrapped in Ranger Green Cordura. Just think about that for a second. Anyways, back to the video. But it's there. You know, if you're running the slicker, if you've got a fatter ass than me, if you're blessed, or if you're, you know, Dwayne The Rock Johnson of a fucking man, and you've got just rock hips, I don't know. Most men that I know have like 35-inch hips, so I don't honestly. Yeah. Anyways. Now, if you've, you know, been staring at it like I have, you'll see what I've got on here. You know, not hard to break down kit when you can kind of already recognize what's on here. But I will anyways, for those of you who do not know, because there are a couple of things on here that, you know, I kind of want to geek out over just a small bit. But so we're going to start from left to right. We're going to save all the good stuff for last. You kind of already know what's going on over here. The pistol mag carrier that I'm running is Chinesium from Amazon. I don't remember what the company is, but it pretty much does what an S-Tac Kiwi does. As you can kind of tell, I've literally got this set up just like an S-Tac Kiwi with the double pistol single rifle. But these have retention that you can adjust right there. Kind of cool, right? And these perform significantly better than these. Take that information and do what you shall with it. This is not a Scorpion. I think it's there. The G-code. These are not G-codes. Those are also Chinesium, but they literally work just like one. They're, I want to say, the exact same heckin' material. And it holds my magazine and it doesn't fall out. I spent one-third of the price on one of these than on a G-code Scorpion. Yes, it's probably going to the CCP, but it's a little ironic when you start getting shot at by people you supplied shit to. So take that and do with it what you say. Dump pouch, also Chinesium. I just needed something to hold stuff. A dump pouch holds things. People get their head wrapped around dump pouches a little too much, in my opinion. It's literally a sack that sits on your hips rather than in between your legs, and it holds things instead of, you know, the other things. It's a bag on your belt. I could probably put a grocery bag on here and be okay. Which I will not, and please do not do that. Med 1, I've been over this. Also Chinesium. Literally, like, from here to here is Chinesium. It's the closest thing to a T-Rex, you know, Med 1 that I have, you know, had, but it's that this Velcro has been peeled back 3,005 different times. This has been unbuckled 3,006 different times. I have ripped this TQ out of here 6,007 different times. You get the point. I've used this, and here we are. This is probably one of the very few things I will recommend. All of this, like, if it's like that 4.5 stars above, chances are you can put it on your belt and you'll be okay. You know, that I am confident enough in saying. Just be fucking careful. Use your brain. Now, this is actually one of my favorite things. This goes back a while for me. I might see if I can just take this off and get a little bit closer to you guys. We'll see, because, yeah, I don't know. Where is it? I might have to take my TQ off to do this. Ugh. Oh boy. Fuck that. This is a Havoc Holsters. I can't remember what exactly this one's called, but it's by Havoc Holsters. I actually know the dude personally. I've shot with him and a bunch of his friends. He does stuff for, what are they now? Operational Industries. I know a lot of the guys with them. Not going to get into that. But yes, GOG, who used to be GOG, is now Operational Industries. Havoc Holsters does a lot of their holsters. I think he does their holsters. Ben, super cool dude. He hooked me up with this, and I did have to have this replaced. These holster builder kit ALS systems. They aren't always the greatest. Actually, the first one that I had that came with this holster, Mad Max. I think this is the Mad Max. So, Havoc Holsters Mad Max. Anyways, this hood, a couple of the screws popped out, I think, in here. And the way that they popped out was really funny, because the hole on the inside or something having to do with the threading was like stripped out. So when I had like initially tried to put the thing back together, it just wasn't working. It wasn't having it. So I reached out to him, and his holsters, I think, have a lifetime warranty. Sent me that for free, and here we are. This thing is actually, for what it is, it's not an Alien Gear, it's not a Safariland, but it's actually pretty fast. Like, these little hoods are pretty sick. So I've got nothing but good things to say about this holster. So Ben, thank you so much for this. If you ever watch this, you're a cool dude. Keep at it. Now the last thing. I've had this for many, many years. You've probably seen this. This is in my plate carrier video. This is my Cold Steel Mini Tack. My human perforation tool. My Skittles opener if it's too cold outside and I've got gloves on. It's also good for, you know, just cutting things like, you know, cable, people, a love note to that sergeant you got a crush on or whatever. Good stuff. Good stuff. Sharp as shit, and I just really like the profile of it. I like this little finger groove here. It's kind of karambit-esque, but this right here will get a lot of stuff done, even for it not being serrated. I like semi-serrations on a lot of my knives. mostly on like pocket knives, but stuff like this, I can get away with. This, also, playing around with the idea of just marrying it to this, or not really marrying it, but keeping this on here, which I do have looped through here. Works perfectly. But I do want to put something bigger on my plate carrier, like a Gerber strong arm, something like that, just for some bigger stabby the higher up on my body that I go, because I like redundancy. I will literally have like a multi-tool or a pocket knife in my BU pocket, and then I like having something smaller on my hips on my second line gear, and then on my third line or second line gear, if you consider your base layers your first line gear, whatever. I do. So this is my second line gear, and then on my plate carrier, I like a bigger stabby. Like the biggest fucking stabby that I can realistically put on that thing. Like a karambit or like a strong arm or something like that. Gerber strong arm. Super good knives. I like them. But yes, cutting tools on this, I think works. Especially for the, the size. And then, a piece of resistance. Not really. Leg strap. Also by Trex. It's nice. Keeps my belt from riding up on my ass more than it doesn't, which is nice, but it's that added level of security that I appreciate so much. And Ranger Green, mostly everything, because Ranger Green is based, just like M81, based. If you don't rock Ranger Green, you're probably an incel. Just kidding. Also, a couple other things I want to point out. I've got stuff in this dump pouch because I've got a pocket here I can use. I've got this big old pocket I can use. And I've got the actual sack. And I also have one right here. And in this pocket right here, I have, wow, a multi-tool. Ain't that handy. These are great. They're Ozark Trails. They're from Walmart. But, I mean, they're nice to just have if you want a spare pair laying around. They are kind of they're kind of sort of getting a little rusty up in here. I gotta take some, like, I don't know, rust remover or something like that. And clean all that out. Because my blades are getting a little sticky. Let me see here. Yeah, this main blade doesn't want to come out. I literally just tried and it's like, nope. So, not really conducive to an effective piece of kit, but it's still a tool. Yeah, that's stiff. I can also probably go in and loosen those, but that won't really do me much good. I just need to clean all that rust out. But overall, I mean, this was nice. It's just not the most rust resistant. So if you're looking for a multi-tool, find something that's coated. At least the metal. Or something that's just been treated to, resist rust and corrosion a little bit more than this one. I spent $8 on this. If you spend like $80 on a Leatherman, you won't have any reason to complain. All right. Now we get to look at the belt that I was using for a little bit of perspective. This is let me see if I can find the branding on it, because it's on here somewhere. It's either a Red Rock Tactical, or it is a Condor. Yep. I stripped this thing apart this morning, and still got that in there. Got a little tag right here. It's a Condor belt. Made in China. Yep. Condor. Got this from same surplus store I got all my mouse clips from. It's over in Idaho Falls, Idaho. Cool store. A lot of neat stuff. Get out of here. But as you can see, I also do have the other buckle for it. I just did not want to put it back on. These, you've probably seen these on Amazon. Most FUDs probably run these and think they're cool. But those clip together like that. If you can imagine a little three-prong buckle on there. And you pretty much just strap stuff to it, honestly. Kind of like this one. You've got the smooth outer front, no molly on the exterior. And you just clip stuff to it. However, two big differences that are night and day. This is not stiffened. It's literally just a floppy piece of nylon. Like, this could be a BDSM tool more than a life-saving tool. Yeah, pretty pathetic, right? And then there was something else with this. I did, I guess, want to modify this. I wanted to put a bunch of like sticky Velcro tape, pretty much this, just in a roll, and just lathering that all on the inside and over all of my buckles and stuff like that, and pretty much turn it into a two-piece shooter belt, which I was getting close, but then I thought about it, and it was getting old at that point. You know, it's going on 3 years of service. I went to my first big shooting event with it. It's been in bags. It's been in a car for months on end from homelessness. It was an okay belt, but it was an okay belt. This is a far better belt. So, and I can show you this. This is all I have to do, and you'll probably understand. This is a far better belt. Like, that belt would not do that. With that belt, this thing, the ass end of it would already be sagging. And like, it's sagging right here a little bit, but that's gravity, right? It's just, that's how it's going to be. But that is so much fucking better. This thing is a boss. I'm really, really pleased with this. So, ladies and gentlemen, I know this one another brief video, but I kind of want to get this out there in front of people, you know. So, if you are looking to invest in some more quality gear for not a whole lot of money, actually, this only costed me just north of 140 bucks, as long as you make sure, if you do concealed carry every single day, make sure that you hit that little discount that Trex offers to civilians. I think that is super awesome that Trex does something like that, that they provide a discount for people who don't ever get the cool discounts. You know, you go to Chipotle, you go to 5-Eleven, you go to Dick's Sporting Goods, wherever you go, they got a military discount for everything. But you go anywhere, they don't have a, you know, like a civilian discount. You have to have like a coupon code you got from an advertisement. You know, you got to go the long way around to get your super cool discounts. So Trex Arms with their, I think it's their duty discount. I don't know what it is. You're saving yourself a couple bucks there. So just make sure you check that box. You'll save like $5, covers most of their shipping, and then yeah, you got yourself a really cool belt on the way. And with all of that being said, thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, tactical trats, goons, and giga chats. This has been Valkyrie Research. My name is Valkyrie. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Fuck the ATF. Disobey. And I'll catch you guys in the next one.